Trucking personnel are required to receive a basic orientation prior to entering the Mosinee Mill. This orientation is a brief review of site-specific information and establishes the expectations for visiting the mill. It is not a substitution for initial and ongoing training in federal and state rules and regulations provided by the trucking company. All trucking personnel entering the Mosinee Mill site will be required to receive this orientation at minimum every year. For directions to the mill, please call 715-693-2111. When prompted, press 7. If using a GPS, use the street address 100 Depot Street, Mosinee, Wisconsin, to ensure correct directions. All trucking personnel must log in and out through security. A temporary security badge will be issued to all trucking personnel entering the mill. Trucking personnel that visit on a regular basis may submit an application for a permanent security badge. Introduction, possession, or the use of drugs, alcohol, and explosives on Mosinee Mill property is strictly prohibited. Firearms are also prohibited while on premises. Mosinee Mill and its premises are a tobacco-free worksite. This includes grounds, company vehicles, parking lots, and buildings. This policy applies to all employees and visitors. Chewing tobacco is also prohibited. Passengers under the age of 18 are not allowed on mill property. Any passenger over the age of 18 must receive this training at minimum every year. Under no circumstance is it acceptable to leave minor passengers in the guard building. Safety glasses with side shields are required to be worn upon entering the door at the facility and in all work areas. Glasses are available in the security building. Closed-toed shoes and hearing protection must also be worn throughout the mill. Jewelry, including watches and wedding bands, are not allowed when visiting the mill. Exceptions include stud earrings and medical alert jewelry. All trucking personnel entering the woodyard area are required to wear hard hats that comply with ANSI standard at all times. Hair longer than shoulder length must be secured up prior to entering the mill. Cell phones should be used in a safe area out of the way of operations. No driving while using a cell phone. No walking in production or traffic areas while using a cell phone. It is the policy of Expera Specialty Solutions to provide a workplace free of harassment. Under no circumstances is this act acceptable, and visitors will be dismissed if they knowingly allow or participate in any such activity. If using a landline phone, dial 3400 for mill emergencies and 911 for fire and ambulance services. If using an outside line such as a cell phone, dial 715-693-2111, extension 3400 for mill emergencies and 911 for fire and ambulance services. In the event of a medical emergency, visitors are required to dial 3400 and give the location of the emergency. Power department personnel will dispatch emergency medical services as necessary. You should immediately report injuries and illnesses to your Mosinee Mill contact person so treatment can be provided. Any OSHA recordable injuries will be properly reported. The visitor is responsible for completing an incident investigation report. A member of the Mosinee SOS team and your Mosinee Mill contact person will participate in that investigation. Any visitor who discovers a fire must report it to their Mosinee Mill contact person immediately and call 3400. The Mosinee Mill contact will determine whether the fire can be extinguished or contained or if evacuation is in order. All chemical spills need to be reported to your Mosinee Mill contact person immediately. The contact person will be responsible for taking appropriate action. If evacuation is needed, an alarm followed by an instruction message will sound over the public address system. Follow the instructions and report to a safe rally location. The primary rally location is to the north of the mill in the north parking lot. The secondary rally location is to the east of the mill in the truck and trailer lot. All personnel are to remain in a rally spot until a formal head count is completed. At no time is anyone permitted to leave until instructed so by a Mosinee Mill official. Whenever severe weather is forecasted in the area, the guard will monitor the weather. In the event a tornado warning has been issued for Marathon County, the guard will contact the severe weather commander. Appropriate actions will be taken to determine if emergency shutdown procedures are to be taken. Upon notification to take shelter, all employees and visitors will report to their designated shelter areas. Your Mosinee Mill contact person will provide you with information relating to storm shelters in your work area. The recovery boiler area and the lime kiln area are considered restricted. All persons entering these areas need to sign in the power department control room or the alkali control room. The pulp mill digester area and power department are also restricted areas but do not require a sign-in. No access is allowed when lights and sirens are active. If you are in this area when lights are activated, please evacuate until the lights are no longer active. Blue flags are used at railroad crossings to alert the rail crew that work is being performed on or across the tracks. Trucking personnel should not park or perform work on railroad tracks unless a blue flag and derailleur have been placed on the track. Trucking personnel must be knowledgeable of appropriate work practices, emergency procedures, and personal protective equipment when working with hazardous chemicals. Trucking personnel MSDSs need to be located on site at the time that the chemical is present. Accident prevention signs, signals, and barricades are to be used to notify personnel of hazards. Access to these areas must be in conformance with OSHA standards. Danger tags and tapes shall indicate major hazard situations where an immediate hazard presents a threat of death or serious injury to employees. It is unacceptable for unauthorized personnel to cross danger tape. Caution tags and tapes shall indicate minor hazard situations where a non-immediate hazard or unsafe practice presents a lesser threat of personal injury. It is unacceptable for unauthorized personnel to cross caution tape. A blatant or serious safety violation may result in temporary or permanent termination of an individual or trucking company. Thank you for your time and attention. Before entering the Mosinee Mill, please print, complete, and return in the orientation verification attachment document. Thank you and have a safe day at Mosinee Mill.